Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. This is God's Breaking News. I'm Luanda Renee. Today's verse comes from Psalms 139:13. You made all the delicate inner parts of my body and knit me together in my mother's womb. The reason that I wanted to bring this verse to everyone today is because we spend so much of our time, allowing for people to create who we are. We find ourselves engulfed in who they think we are. They control what we do, they control what we say, and sometimes we're just kind of seeking to belong, have a place of belonging, feel some worth, and sometimes that requires for us to get that from other people without realizing that if they're not giving us the tools and resources that helps us grow as individuals, with the Lord in mind, and they're sculpting us in their image, then in essence we're idolizing a false god, right? That's simply what we're doing. We as people, whether it's our job, our social circle, always want to be a part of something. And sometimes we sell our souls in order to do so. But we have to always remember that we were made in God's image. He sculpted us in His image, in our mother's womb. We are uniquely made, not by man, but by God, right? Every part of us is so different from everybody else, right? If we don't look alike, that means we shouldn't technically talk the same, right? We should have our own perspective about life. We should have our own perspective of how we live our lives, right? It's great to get knowledge and attain knowledge from other individuals, absolutely, right? This is no example different than that, this particular channel in itself. But when someone impedes on you to tell you who you are, right, and how they want to make and shape you, you were made and shaped and thought of in a teardrop of the Lord's eyes way before whoever said those words to you. God had already had a purpose and a plan for who you are. The Lord had already sculpted you to be this unique, wonderful being that you are. And we simply cannot let people continuously take that away from us, right? Ultimately, we should be investing our time in what God has to say about who we are, whose we are, and how we need to live our lives. So I want to read the verse again. And it's Psalms 139:13. You made all the delicate inner parts of my body and knit me together in my mother's womb. And again, just think about our bodies and everything, how we move, our demeanors. Yes, there's things about us that life has caused us to carry ourselves in a certain way. However, we can't ever forget who our Creator is. And it's not man. It is not your brother, your sister, your boss, your friend, your hubby, your wife, your girlfriend. It's none of those people. It's just the high and mighty creation of God, that when God decided to create this whole thing we call life, that He wrote a little word or two or a story or two about who you are in it. And nobody can take that away from you. So keep remembering who you are. You are uniquely made. Every delicate part of you came from God Himself. And we must embrace our uniqueness. And the Bible also says we should live as Jesus Christ did. And as I always say, Jesus Christ lived unapologetically. He didn't have a way about himself that he was forced on him by someone else. Even when they tried to say who he was, as far as a prophet, do you think you're a prophet? Do you think you're a Messiah? Who do you think you are? He would say, who do you think I am? If that's who you say I am, that's who I am. Yeah, those words didn't come out of his mouth. He knew his purpose. He knew the path that the Lord wanted him to walk down. And we have to be the same way. So as we continue to develop our covenant, our relationship, be in our spiritual walk with God, we have to understand, first of all, we are here for a particular reason. This was not done with a malicious intent. The Lord didn't do it with the malicious intent to create us, right? It wasn't a mistake. We are not mistakes. We were not brought here for somebody else to paint our picture of who we are for us. God did that well before we were born. So again, be blessed. Live in who you are. Appreciate every fabric in your being. And no one can take it away from you because God gave it to you. There are things that they can take away, but they cannot take who you are, because you are a child of God who was uniquely made in his own image. So be blessed. I hope this message is one of encouragement for each and every one of you to be as blessed in your faith walk as possible.